I guess it took 7 minions to fix the light bulb, huh? All right, so now that we have everybody's attention, let's talk about what we have for you all this afternoon. So there's a few exciting things. Inshallah, first we'll start with our featured talk entitled The Art of Networking with Brother Muhammad Saeed Rahman. After that, we'll present an overview of our much anticipated mentorship program. And finally, we hope that you put what you've learned to action with our networking social, inshallah, towards the end of the banquet hall here. So with that, now I'd like to introduce our featured speaker for the event, Brother Muhammad Saeed Rahman. Mr. Rahman has 30 years of experience in the financial industry as Senior VP and Portfolio Manager at Wachovia and VP for Private Clients at Merrill Lynch. He is also the founder of several business ventures and a few nonprofit organizations. Mr. Rahman was also an adjunct professor at the School of Marketing and Finance at Portland State for 30 years. He also taught in the MBA program in disciplines such as vision, leadership, and change. He also served as a board member for the Portland State Endowment Foundation, the Doogie Center for Grieving Children and Families, and served on the Board of Trustees for Council of Ethical and Spiritual Education. He is currently the chairman and CEO of Rubicon Global Advisors, co-chief investment officer of Rubicon Inception Fund, and chairman and founder of two nonprofits, the One Ummah Foundation and the Institute of Halal Investing. So without further ado, I'd like to invite the Brother Saeed Rahman on stage.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a very wonderful. When it comes to life, a lot of time we all have an opportunity to go to a motivation talk, and after the motivation talk happens, it's like a Coca-Cola bottle that you shake it up, all the fuss comes out, and you go home and you wonder what happened. And then you forget all about it. So today, we will do something very differently for you folks. We want to give you and empower you with some technology that will stay with you forever. Even when I'm gone, a year from now, 10 years from now, you'll remember that. So these technologies that I'm sharing with you will enable you to empower yourself and learn not just networking, but just about anything you would like to learn about the art of business. Because the art of business, the science of business, is the science of people. So when the man is right, everything else becomes right. What does that mean? So there was a father who gave his little son Johnny a puzzle. And what was that puzzle? It was a whole world. It had everything in it. It had Silicon Valley, it had San Francisco, freeways, ocean, trees, people. Johnny started putting the puzzle together, but he couldn't make it complete. A week goes by, a month goes by, few months goes by, and he cannot put the puzzle together. So one day his dad said, Johnny, how are you doing with the puzzle? And Johnny said, Dad, I can get the whole world right, but I just don't know about this man in the puzzle. I just can't handle that. I'm frustrated. I'm giving up. So his dad said, Johnny, life is very simple. Let's put the man right first. So they focused on putting the man right in the puzzle, and then the rest of the whole world is start to become right. So Johnny started jumping up and down. He was so happy. He said, Dad, I got it. When the man is right, the whole world is right. So as people, we are always looking for solution outside. We are looking for happiness outside. We are looking for money, and then more money, and more money. And then we are saying, what am I doing here? What is it? I work on Wall Street for last 31 years, and I have yet to meet one person on Wall Street, whether they are worth hundreds of million or few billion, to be happy. Because happiness happens to be an inside job, not an outside job. It's an inside job. So whatever issues we have to resolve in our life, networking is just one of them. It will fall into the category of what I call quadruple A strategy, 4 A's. Whether it's going to be aptitude, attitude, actions, or accountability. What does that mean? At Merrill Lynch, in the good old days, we hired a man who was a Harvard MBA. So his attitude was, I'm already a year older than God because I know everything. On top of being a Harvard MBA, he was a Baker Scholar. That meant he was in the top 1 percentile of his class at Harvard. So now he started acting like, oh my God, I'm like hundreds of years older than God and I should know everything. But the issue we had with him is we had to fire him after the first 90 days. Why did we do that? Because his attitude was not right. Whenever you violate one of the 4 A's, you will fall into trouble. His attitude was, people should come see me. Why should I go knock on people's door? Why should I invite people to come do business? When was the last time somebody showed up at your house Saturday evening at 7 and said, hey, I'm here for dinner, unless they were invited? Right? So the first rule of business is what? Business goes where it is invited. Business goes where it is invited. You can have appointment with anyone on the face of this earth if you have the attitude to invite that person and sell that idea in your own mind first. There are no tricks I'm going to go through. My stuff is very simple and straightforward. I have worked with people all the way at the Prime Minister's level, CEO's level, people that run the largest companies, because they're all human beings. We're all God's creation. We are all equal. So you violate one of the 4 A's, you can get into trouble. So either it's going to be issue with aptitude, attitude, action, or accountability. To understand life, 99% of the life to me, in my humble opinion, is your attitude, the attitude you take. So I'm going to introduce you with a technology that I developed many years ago, and it has been used all over the world. called Mindware. How does the human mind really works? Mindware is very simple. Whatever you believe with absolute conviction converts into a thought process. These first two things, belief with absolute conviction, is where 99% of the battlefield in life starts. That conviction leads to a thought process. From that thought process, you start thinking about things. I'm thinking about moving to New York, or I'm thinking about going for Hajj. Where did that start? Your belief system. Your belief system. From that thinking process, you acquire your attitude. From your attitude, what happens? You take actions. And then the result comes in. Michael Jordan was told that, Mike, you are not good enough to be playing in this high school team. And Mike, in his own mind, did not accept that. He did not accept that negative narrative coming from a coach. He said, no, I'm good enough. Inside, he had a filter. So Mike said, how about I just become a bag boy and I will carry the bags when the school team is traveling around. And the coach said, that's reasonable. One day, one of the kid doesn't show up. And what happened? Coach said, Mike, you are in, play. And then the rest is history. How did that come about? To understand that, you have to understand the 4 important agreements in life. There is a book written called 4 Agreements. We can go to the next slide. And that means, number 1, be impeccable with your words. What you say to yourself and what you say to others. Be impeccable with your words. So we have a conversation that goes on with ourselves 24/7. We are engaged in a conversation. So many people beat themselves up left and right. If something doesn't go right, they become their own worst negative critic. What I'm asking you folks to know is, now you have a technology in your hand and you can use it any way you want. You can make yourself whatever you want to, or you can take yourself into a negative territory. What would you like to do? The fact that all of you are here on this beautiful afternoon tells me you all want to go places in life. You want to improve. What does it mean to be impeccable with your words? It's not what you say to yourself. It's what you tell others. What you tell others. Because words are the most toxic things if they are used in a wrong way, or they can be the most positive thing if they are used properly. So the signals you are giving to your mind has to be absolutely positive if you want to create a positive life. That's where it starts. Be impeccable with your words. Second, don't take anything personally. If somebody tells you you're a jerk, or you're doing this or this, it's up to you if you are accepting that as a real currency or rejecting that. That's up to you. So if you take something personally, then you are responsible for that. Third key thing is, don't make any assumptions. Just because somebody didn't say Assalamu alaikum to you or didn't smile at you, they may be having a bad day. Don't assume the world is coming to an end. That's your job. Fourth key thing is always doing your best. This is one of my very favorite books that has had a big effect on my life. They have sold 6 million copies of this. one of the best, and we will give you the book list later. Now, I want to dissect what one of the great American businessmen did, J. Paul Getty. According to J. Paul Getty, 51% of what it takes to be successful is metaphysics. Metaphysics, believing in yourself. One of the symposiums I do around the world is on self-esteem. There is a humongously big issue with people with confidence deficit. People are walking around, but they have a huge confidence deficit because they don't believe in themselves. So 51% of whatever it takes to make it in life is an internal job, believing in yourself. Like Michael Jordan, he didn't believe the coach. He said, no, I can, and I will, and I believe I will do it, and I can do it. And he did. Obama, yes, we can. He kept repeating, yes, we can. Out of nowhere he comes and he does it. Where did that all come from? Believing in yourself, right? 25% is empathy, knowing your customer, knowing your market, audience. That's 25% of the battlefield. 7% is product knowledge. Important, product knowledge is only 7%. It's not 99% some people think it is. 10% is having fun, 7% is having proper mannerism. One of the great American by the name of Warren Buffett, second richest man in this country, he gives $4.2 billion every year to Gates Foundation that take care of 50% of their operating budget. He does not show to the world that I went to Columbia Business School and did my MBA. What does he show on his wall in Omaha? A small plaque, Dale Carnegie course, how to win friends and influence people. And all of his managers loves him. They work extra hard for him because he remembers who they are. He treats them with kindness, with mannerism. He believed knowing people helped him become what he became. Second richest man in the world. Number one, Bill Gates. Number two, Warren Buffett. So it's all about people. Now, another technology I will introduce is from a wonderful book that I have referred thousands and thousands and thousands of people into, and it's called Go Giver. It's the best book on business. What does Go Giver tell you? Is first you got to know the law of value. What does that mean? It basically means that you will get what you want in life if you understand the true value of what you are all about. There is a law of compensation. If you are serving 1 billion people and your app is giving you 10 cents or $1 or $10, that's what you will end up receiving in life. Is how many people are you serving is how you will get compensated. Microsoft sends one software disk to IBM that goes on all the IBM PCs as an example, or Dell PCs or Compaq PCs or Hewlett Packard or Lenovo. In return, they get how much back? 50, 60 billion dollars a year, because that goes into every operating system called Windows. The billions and billions of people are using the technology. That's the return they're getting. Then there is a law of influence. How are you influencing people? Then there is a law of authenticity and law of receptivity. The key thing about Go Giver, what it teaches you is the problem with majority of the people is they have a frozen turkey, frozen chicken in their hand. They are standing by a cold oven and they are cursing the whole world that nothing is cooking, nothing is happening. Unless and otherwise you learn to preheat the oven. The key thing about networking is you got to learn how to preheat the oven, and you can cook anything you want in that. So let me share with you the secret. What's the secret of influencing people and having the best network on the face of this earth? Secret is only one. Don't look at people as an ATM machine. Don't look at people as an ATM machine. Don't call people only when you need them. Don't call people only when you need them. Stay in touch with them consistently. When you wake up in the morning, don't try to get rich. Be thankful that you are already rich. What does it take to be rich? Anyone has any idea in the audience? What do you believe it means to be rich?
Gratefulness.
Gratefulness. Thank you. Please.
Always look down and thank to God that we have got enough.
Alhamdulillah. Any other inputs?
Life, having more than you need.
Having more.
Good health.
Okay, great. So a Bedouin 1500 years ago walked up to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and said, O Prophet of Allah, O Prophet of God, I want to be the Bill Gates. I want to be the richest man on earth. And Prophet told him, be thankful for what you have, and you automatically become rich. Be content with what you have, and you become rich. About a year and a half ago, I was working with a gentleman who was a hedge fund manager in Portland, Oregon. He was managing $4 billion, bringing home $22 million a year as a paycheck. He has a ranch which is about 45,000 acres, and his private plane has 2 pilots, 3 engines, 1 air hostess. One day he get busted in a prostitution dacoit deal from the police. He answered the ad, turned out it was a police department, and he get arrested at age 62. So I was sent by the man that helped him get started with the fund, who used to be the former chairman of Saudi Aramco, and he said, Said, you go talk to him, he needs help, he's down. That day I learned that the people that may make 10, 12, 13 bucks an hour is standing next to me in my Fajr prayer were more happier and more worthy than someone that was making $22 million. I have been in his plane. I've seen all of that. A young man from Hollywood this year, he's a producer. I met him through one of the business meetings, and you remember that, right, Andrew? So the point is, when everything is said and done, what we think makes us rich is not correct. So my mantra is very simple. Be grateful. Be thankful for what you have. Rejoice the way things are. Be thankful for what you have. Rejoice the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, when you realize there is nothing lacking, the world belongs to you. The world belongs to you. So my secret of networking is when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to get rich. I ask Allah to keep me rich because I feel I am very, very, very rich. I really don't have a whole lot of needs. When you have that mantra, When you have that as part of your value set, it enables you to, I'm supposed to stay in the middle. So it enables you to basically have a life that enables you to continue on and making things happen. The issue happens when people operate from frustration, when they put undue pressure on themselves, then they become vulnerable to the whole world. And you want to avoid that. So when we talk about art of networking, the key things I like you to have as a takeaway is, number one, be authentic. Be who you are, because there is only one you. There are no tricks, nothing. Be who you are. In my business, let's say I want to network with the top-notch accountants or lawyers that can refer business to me. I don't call them up and say, hey, I need more business. I turn the table around by saying, Mr. Jones, what kind of clients are you looking for? Because I'm in a position to refer a lot of people to you. Because I am asked day in and day out to refer people to a good CPA. So when I turn the table around, what are they thinking? They're saying, oh my God, I need to meet this man as soon as possible because he can open up doors for me. So you have to play your strength. You don't want to be playing that, oh my God, everything is going wrong, I don't know if I'll make it, because then you are speaking from frustration. So in terms of art of networking, be authentic. Number two, think from the narrative of giving. Don't look at how you're going to get something right off the bat. Don't look at people as an ATM machine, because when the pin doesn't work, you won't be frustrated. So don't look at people as an ATM machine. Don't call somebody up because you need something from them. A young investment advisor in Dallas, Texas was working with a oil rig company. 23% of the oil rigs in the world happen to be in Southwest, in West Texas, Oklahoma. So he learned from the president of the company that they are not happy with the welding company that they are using. So he went about researching the best practices in the welding area in the whole Southwest. He took it upon himself to research. Even though he didn't care whether I'll get paid or not, I want to solve the problem for my client. He found the best welding company, got the president of two companies together, and a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal is cut. The head of welding company said, how does this young man gets paid for all the work he does? I'm going to call him. He called him up. He says, thank you so much for helping me get this contract. My question is, how do you get paid? He said, I get paid to manage people's accounts and make sure my clients are doing well. So he said, in other words, we have this $20 million pension account for our employees. Is that what you manage? He said, yes. He said, please come and get that account from us. We want you to take care of it. So 1% a year on $20 million, ongoing annuity of $200,000 extra. Is that something that is useful for anybody? Yes. But how did he get that? He wasn't looking for what's in it for me, me, me.